Well, hello, planners. August, here we are, well into the second half of the 2023, and boy, did I add a few new planners to my lineup. What am I thinking? Hey, talk about not taking it easy for the rest of the year. So I'm going to show you today the planners and journals that I'm going to be using moving forward, how I use each and why. So let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the planners and journals that I'm going to be using mid-year lineup for 2023. Now, some major new additions, which I'm excited to introduce as part of my planning and well-being routine. I'll do planner flips and show you how I use each planner and journal and the reasons why. So hopefully, if you want to either try out new planners, try out a new size, or even new ways to plan different routines and productivity in your day, then you can get some ideas from today's video. Now, a lot of you have already said hello. I do appreciate you. Erin's here, Laura's here, Crazy Sexy Mama, Betty is here. Welcome, welcome. We have some new faces today, so let's see if we can do a big welcome to you guys. And Tina also is very new here. Thank you so much for joining me and my community here today. If you are here in the chat and you haven't said hello yet, don't be shy. We don't bite, do we? We are very, very welcoming here. And so let me know if you are in the chat. If you are new, type in new, where you're tuning in from. And of course, not forgetting you on the replay, type in replay to let me know that you've stopped by so I can say hello to you as well. Now, let's just get started. Let me just see. the dance always the dance always makes my heart rate go up, and then I do the deep breathing. So I'm not sure if that's counterproductive with doing the deep breathing and the dancing, but the dancing does get me up and at 'em for the day. Now, I'm here in Sydney. For those of you that are new to my channel, Sydney, Australia. I'm from the future. It is Saturday, 9:32 a.m. So it's already, my husband is sick, so him and my younger son are going to soccer. So I may have to keep telling my young one to stay in the room to make sure that he's not out here saying "mom" and making a lot of noise. But I am Marianne, and through my own planning, I hope to inspire you, get some ideas for your own planning, and not just use your planner as a productivity tool. What I want you to do is also use it as a form of self-care, something that you can actually focus on. So when you're planning your day, your week, your month, use your washi tape, stickers, and colorful markers as a way to focus on something, so you're not in your head, you're not being buried by your thoughts, and then hopefully you can get some clarity and then help you get back on track to doing all the good stuff that you are great at. Now, all items I do show and mention in today's video, I'll have the details in the description below. Now, do make sure you stick to the end, because I may need your help with something, but more on that a little bit later on. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so here is my lineup for the, well, actually, I should just say month of August. So who knows what I'm going to do in September. So this is the photo that you would have seen in the thumbnail. Let me show you. So this is what I'm sort of currently using, touching either daily or, once or twice a week. So I want to start off with my day-to-day planner, which is the Filofax Malden Organiser in personal size in the color Ochre. Now, I have already done a planner flip through of this, and I do have a highlight video of the live stream that I did, so I have condensed it down a little bit if you just wanted to have a look at what's inside my Filofax Malden Organiser. So do check that at the end of the live stream if you want to see exactly what is in this chunky Filofax planner of mine. So let me just quickly have a look before I flip through, say hello to some more people. So Elle is here, Irene is here, hello from Budgeting Mama, thank you so much for joining me, and Laura, so pretty. Me? Am I pretty, or the planner? Either way, thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Now I don't feel alone having lots of books. I know when I first took a photo of that and the planners were all toppling, I went, it's just a little bit too much. Thank you so much, Laura. I wasn't fishing for compliment, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so do have a look. The only thing I think that I didn't show as part of the planner flip of this Filofax was the end bit. So just quickly, this stencil here is actually from another personal size Filofax, but they do have 3 other stencils on the Filofax website. Now, for those of you, I am a Filofax ambassador, which means I get Filofax products as well as Let's of London, which is their sister company. I get products, I get to use it as part of my planning, habit tracking, well-being and budgeting. Now, all opinions are my own, and I have been a Filofax lover even before I became an ambassador. So I do appreciate the brand and the quality. And then the other things I have on here is I have these credit card pockets that I have our library card, our healthcare cards, and then at the back I have this top opening envelope, and I've got these are Japanese sticky notes. So what happens is, if you have additional notes that you want to attach to your planner pages, let me show you how it works. So you can see here, I had some additional notes. So I just got a post-it note, and see how it attaches one part of the sticky note to your planner page, and then the other one to whatever, if you want to have photos, you want to have a postcard or anything. These stickers here allows you to attach additional pages or cards to your planner insert. So that one is the little ring binders, and this one is the bulldog clip. So I have put the name of these stickers in the description, so if you want to search them for a local stockist, you can have a check out. But it is from an Australian company here that I purchased it from. So that's the Filofax. So I have gone intensively through a planner flip through in that video of mine, so do check that out afterwards. Now the other one that I have that's I want to go through is my Filofax compact zip Lockwood organizer that I use as my cash envelopes wallet. So let me just grab that for you. Put this one aside. So this one is in concrete color. So it's got the zip lock here. And so I use this as my cash envelopes wallet as part of my budgeting routine. There is also, I think, an unboxing that I did, and so just check that out for all the details of this planner or organizer or wallet. And so these are my cash envelopes. So I still use cash for some of my budgeting needs. So for things that are small quantity or small amount that I know will be coming up, but then I can't justify having individual debit accounts, because a lot of my transactions are on the debit account, and I do have separate debit accounts for the major expenses like electricity, gas, school, household items, rent, grocery. But then there are things that do come up for our expenses, like treats for my boys, their clothes, their haircuts, Opal cards. So if you want to see how I use cash envelopes and cash envelope stuffing videos, do check out my playlist under budget, and then you'll get an idea on how I ensure that I have enough money or cash for those little expenses that don't come up as often, but it's important that you have budgeted for it, because you don't want to be tapping or dipping into other budget categories. So that's in this wallet I keep cash envelopes. And for those of you that have your own home printers, you can get a printable download of these cash envelopes. So you print them, you cut them, you construct them, and glue them together, and it is free. So make sure you visit my website. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later on. So it's nice. I always say make things pretty and attractive, because then you'll use it more often than not. So the other things I have in the Filofax Lockwood zip organizer are the funds tracker for each of my cash envelopes. So then I know what money's going in and what money's going out, and then if I have to top it up. So I have funds tracker for each of my cash envelopes in this wallet. And I have my little clear divided tabs, so then I can easily flip through the other funds tracker that I have for our savings, our sinking funds, our emergency fund. But again, if you wanted to have a look at other, in more details, I do have videos for that. The other things that I have in this wallet is the Budget Mums Savings Challenge for 2023. So I have her printable download that I have customized down to size into a personal size. I think the PDF originally is a letter size. And so again, I have a video to show you how you can customize PDFs down to a personal size, so you can then print it, and it looks so cute in this size. And then I just printed it. It's got trackers. So these are free. The PDFs as well as the cash envelopes printable are free from the Budget Mums website. So do make sure you visit her Instagram page. I think she has a highlight on how you can grab these printables from her store. So again, savings is not the most sexiest thing money isn't as sexy if you're trying to save or get out of debt. So in order for you to make sure that you're sticking to your habits and routines, make it pretty. And that's why printable that are cute, pretty, colorful allows you to go and save a little bit better, because it's something that you want to go and tap into more. Open your planners and then update your trackers. So really important if you are new to budgeting, if you want to get out of debt, if you want to try and get into a nice savings routine, make sure that you have fun stuff to work with. And then the other thing I have in here is just a top opening envelope with receipts that I need to go and update my funds tracker, so I know exactly how much money came out and which category it came from. So, oh, let's have a look. Yes, Betty from Crazy Sexy Menopause. Those stickers are so cool. Yes, they are. Now, here's a little insider news. I'm actually going to have Betty on my channel in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be interviewing. So you've heard it here first, everybody. Betty Vargas Crazy Sexy Menopause is going to be on the Marianne Cresp live show. So this is so exciting. It's so exciting for me. So she will be on, but more on that later. So keep an eye out on that and make sure that you follow her if you are in the stage of your life like I am, where now I need to know a little bit more about menopause, because I am so lost. And so Betty is the person to go to for that. So thank you, Betty. Yes, those stickers are so cute. All right, let's have a look next. So that is what I currently use, and I am actually going to be moving into a new Filofax compact zip Saffiano for maybe, let's say, mid-August, because I need to stuff my cash envelopes with more cash. So really important that you make sure you stick around for that. Yes, mwah, mwah, mwah. Excellent. Elle thinks that's a fabulous idea as well. Yes, so I'm gonna try and have more collaborations with like-minded people that can help us with our not only planning, but also looking after ourselves, well-being, mindset, and getting some movement in our, because you know me, I am not doing really well with getting my workout, so I need all the help I can get. All right, so what is the next in my mid-year planner lineup? So now I have my pocket Filofax for some cute fun stuff. So this one not necessarily planning stuff, but let me just show you. Hopefully I don't run out of room on my desk. So let's just have a look. Here we are. So, oh, these the cutest. They're pocket size. So this one is the original in midnight blue. Now do make sure the website of Filofax, because color may differ from what you see based on the monitor resolutions. So it is actually maybe a lot darker than what you might see on your screen. But what I use these pocket Filofax for are for my stickers. I love stickers. For those of you who've been around, I love stickers because it just, again, makes your pages look attractive. And as James Clear says in his book, Atomic Habits, one of the 4 laws of behavior change. So for you to, in order to make changes and habits that stick, make it attractive. Because of course, you know, who would want to touch something old, boring old pages, or if it's not, that's why we love shiny things. That's why, you know, any type of changes, movement, squirrel, you know, that is something that attracts us. So make your planner pages attractive. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy all the stickers in the world, because don't be like me. I have lots of stickers that I'm not using, lots of washi tapes that I'm not using, and lots of markers that I'm sure will be sufficient enough, but yet I get more markers. So don't get yourself into debt when it comes to your stationery, but make sure it's something that you love. So this is my Lola stickers. So Lola is a character that Kina prints, one of the characters as part of her digital stickers offering. So what I do is I print them out and then I cut them with my Silhouette Cameo cutting machine. Again, I got you there. I've got a video to show you how I cut these little stickers and then pop them in my pocket size Organiser. So this is just a great way for you to put your stickers and have it all in one place, because if it's easily accessible, guess what? You'll use it more often, and that's really important. There's no point having these lovely things and it's in the bottom of a drawer, bottom the back of a shelf. So make sure it's accessible. So these planner stickers, I just print different ones for different pages, and then I even have my little divided tabs. So what do I have on my divided tabs? Just so then I can flick through. So the feels, these are all my feel stickers. Woke up late, tired, emotionally drained, blah, 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 whatever, so cold, wow, slay. The other one are my plan, budget, and home stickers. So I have different ones. So I purchased these ones, individual self-care. So there's an X, or weighing yourself, looking after yourself with manicure, taking rest. And then the other one are chores and events. So that's what I keep in this pocket, the original one. And in the Mediterranean one, I have these tiny icon stickers that I made myself. I do have a PNG file available in the shop. So if you want to grab these different ones, they are in there. So again, I just pop them on my daily schedule to just highlight priority tasks. And again, if there's nothing wrong with just having a tasks list, but sometimes what happens when something is the same over and over again, it becomes monotonous. We don't touch our planners as often, so change it up. Use stickers, washi tapes, and highlighters. So I have these ones here. The other things I have in my Mediterranean pocket size organizer are stickers from Square Lime Design. So you can see I've used quite a few of them. So Square Lime Designs has an Etsy shop, and she's also on Instagram. So I'll pop the name in the description. So just look it up in search. So again, just different type of stickers that I use in my planning. So do let me know if you have any questions regarding any of the planners I use. So I've told you I have my stickers in the pocket size. It's nice, small, dainty. It sits nicely on my desk. And the more accessible your stationery and planner tools are, then it's a lot easier for you to plan, because you're not having to search in drawers, in pencil cases. So if you do have a desk that has quite enough space, see if you can have your most used pens, highlighters, and stationery handy. That way you can grab it nice and easy rather than having to search for it. So that is my pocket planners for my digital stickers that I print up so I can use in my planning. All right, now let's keep going. The next one that I have on the list, so this is the fun one. So let's have a look. So we're going to look at a A5 dotted notebook from London, as well as my A5 size Malden organizer in the color pink. I'm just going to drop that there. So this is the fun one because it's related to my content creation and as well as my online learning. So let's first look at my Let's of London notebook. So this is the icon notebook in the color red, and what I have in here, so it's a dotted notebook. So if you're not as neat with your writing, if you have a blank page, the dotted grid allows you to line up your notes nice and straight. So what I have in here, this is more my either brain dump or notes that I want to take when it comes to creating my YouTube videos, if I have to do any research as part of my next upcoming topics that I need to write up. So as you can see, lots of notes, any notes that I need to take when I'm watching other YouTube experts, so then I can I've said in the previous videos that I have, the art of taking down what's in your head and down on paper is part of your brain system working, and it's called encoding. So it needs to try and transfer the thoughts in your head, and then you writing it down allows you to retain information a lot better. You'll remember appointments, anything that you study. So I highly recommend, if you are learning a new skill, if you are learning something new, whether for school, college, your online study, or any new skills that you have, write it down on paper, because you'll retain the information more, because then you are not getting bombarded with other thoughts while you are learning. So this is my notes that I take. Some of the things that I do is I highlight around some notes to separate so then it's not all one chunk. And so yeah, highlighting some of them, it's a lot of the things here, not pretty writing, really nice and fast. So very important that I have something that I can write on, that I don't need to make it pretty, because if you have been planning for a while, sometimes you want your pages to look beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, because again, making it pretty makes you want to touch it more, and sometimes you don't want to mix up messy notes in it. So if you have just a cheap notebook, these are really quite affordable from Let's of London, and you can get a couple of these and just pop whatever notes you have. It's got a nice little bookmark, so then you can open it up ready for your next notes. So let me know, do you have a journal notebook that you just use as a brain dump, where you just write whatever notes and not care too much about your handwriting? Let me know in the chat or in the comments and say, yes, I have a notebook just for my messy thoughts and handwriting. So that's for different notes that I have. Now this is a pretty one. So let me just zoom out a little bit. So this is the A5 Malden Organiser in the color pink. And what I use this for is I am taking an online course with Live Streaming Pros with Luria Petrucci. So she has an online course called Accelerator Program. And so I did sign up for that in May, I think. And so in here, I have another Let's of London notebook here. So I have created lots of tabs to know exactly what notes that I'm learning. So little things like affiliate links, emails and newsletters, Amazon Live, why your videos aren't connecting, defining your avatar. So then again, I can flick to the notes that I need to look at, and then I have my top tabs are all the different weeks. So there's coaching calls on a weekly basis, and then I just take down all my notes. So then if I need to refer to something, instead of going through the course, I can just flick through to the page where I've already organized my thoughts succinctly and in a way that I can just grab the information I need. It's highlighted. So this is my notes for my accelerator program with Live Streaming Pros. Not sponsored, so I just wanted to, for those of you that are content creators, actually that is a great segue to my question of the day. Let me know here in the chat or in the comment if you are a content creator, whether a budding one, it's just a side hustle, or it's something that you want to really pursue and make a really good go of it. Type in the chat me, which means I am a content creator, not just on YouTube. We're looking at Instagram, we're looking at TikTok, if you're on Facebook, where you are connecting and created content with whatever niche or passion that you have. So let me know in the chat or in the comments if you are a content creator, and then we can help celebrate you as well. So that is my Let's of London for my accelerator program. And then because one of these slip pockets here, I just slide it in there, so it's ready to go. So then when I'm ready to take notes, and that has enough space to be able to have a notebook slip in there. All right, so the other things that I have in my Malden is the PDFs that we have for the course. And so again, I just use tabs. So these tabs are digital stickers from Square Lime Designs that I printed. So then I can just put a tab in, and it's a lot easier for me to flick through to the pages that I need to get to. All right, so let me quickly have a look what we have. So yes, Budgeting Mama Irene, me, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Fantastic. Budgeting Mama, yes, I think Budgeting Mama is Irene Plans on Instagram. So it's really important that we support each other. And a lot of you have been with me from the beginning. So I appreciate you so much. And I think I just recently posted something on my community post on YouTube, how I, got quite a bit of watch hours, but I wanted to also have an opportunity to celebrate you, not just as a content creator, but whatever wins you're having. So, it's important that we celebrate our wins. And I think it's a lot harder for us to celebrate our wins because guess what? We don't do it enough. We're out of practice. How easily can we celebrate others? We congratulate them for the milestones that they have. We say, well done. Oh, that looks great. Fantastic. But we don't do it enough for ourselves. I know I don't. It feels icky, it's like, oh, you're showing off too much. But it feels that way is because we don't do it enough. We're out of practice. So it's important that we not only celebrate each other, but also celebrate yourself, how far you've come. And I'm actually on Monday's live, I'm going to be reviewing how I've been going for the last 6 months, because 3rd of August was my 6-month anniversary from my mental breakdown. But I know in the last 6 months, I have come so far. So I want you to join me on Monday as well, so then we can celebrate the wins and not just worry about the future and get anxious about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. So make sure it's important that you are also celebrating the wins that you are achieving. So with this one, the A5 Malden, I have, let's see what else I've got. So I've got my printables for my course. I also have my revenue tracker in here for how much I've made in the different social platforms and income streams I have. I have my to-do list. So this is a list of stuff. So these are just video ideas I have that pop up, but I have not in the immediate future. So these are things that I need to do. I have my calendar. So for those of you, I'm not as good yet in batch content creation, but I'm hoping to get a little bit better. So if you have a calendar, just pencil in, or here I have these tiny cute little note tabs of the videos that I want to create. So there's Betty. Betty, you're already penciled in for the 19th of August, Saturday my time, Friday your time. So join Betty and I here a little bit later on in the month. And then so content calendar, as soon as you have an idea, pop it down on your calendar or a to-do list so you don't forget it. This is something I need to get better at, so I want to make sure that I'm utilizing my calendars a lot better. All right, so the other things I have that's in here are just notes, other notes I have. So regarding the online course that I am taking, so about hosting interviews, you see, I'm learning all these things along the way. So let me know if this is something you also, for those content creators, if something you want me to do, not all the time, because I do know that this platform of mine is for planning, budgeting, well-being, and self-care and habit tracking. But I know a lot of you are also budding content creators and want to get some ideas. So let me know in the chat if this is something you would like to know. Yes, yeah, we're penciled in. We're gonna. Oh, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Excuse me for a second. Okay. Now what's next? Does anybody have any questions regarding any of the planners so far? But I think I'm hoping that I'm covering a lot of it as we go along. And again, all the names of the planners that I use are in the description. What's next? Oh, this is a cute one. So this one, the red one, is my A6 sequence. The name is sequence dotted, or is it no, grid journal. And I bought this from Amazon, and because one of my Instagram, the accounts that I follow, Creations by Monya, I highly influenced by her. I just saw her notebook and it was just too cute. And look, what I did here is I just added lots of transparent stickers. So these are a variety of stickers from the Happy Planner sticker pad. So I just filled it all up. At first I thought maybe it was overkill, but then once I started putting all the stickers there, I quite like it. You know what it gives me? It gives me a vibe of, let me know if you watched Degrassi Junior High. So I think it was a 90s high school TV shows. I think it's Canadian, I'm not too sure, but Degrassi Junior High. So really any type of high school shows back in the 80s and 90s, where you drew on your notebooks, you drew on your bag, you drew on your pencil case. So it gives me that vibe. So that is my A6 sequence notebook, and the way I use it. So here I've just put a little pocket and a sticker that I bought. These are from Daiso. So if for those of you, I think there are some Daisos in the US and plenty around in here in Australia. And then I just have a little card that I've attached because I've been drawing different things with my new paint pens. And so what I use this for is for my daily gratitude journaling. So it's important that what I found is to have a good start to the day is to write down, or if you don't want to be writing it down, think of what you are grateful for. When we start to focus on the good things in our lives, then we attract it more, and we are more prone to see positive stuff, because I have been in a position where I can get stuck in my head thinking of negative things, thinking of the future, what if this happens, and it can get me down and it can get me anxious. What I found by having a gratitude log or gratitude journal and just thinking about, what am I grateful for today? What am I thankful for? Who is it in my life that gives me joy, that gives me happiness? What is it that I would normally take for granted that I am appreciative of? So my gratitude log, I found, it's not going to solve all the problems, but what it's going to do is, if you do morning gratitude journaling, is it will allow you to have a good start and focus on the right things, and then hopefully it'll help you tackle the day a little bit better, because I'm not minimizing the problems we have, but at least we can go, you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I have people I love who love me back, those that support me. So gratitude journaling, it doesn't have to be in a nice, pretty notebook. If all you have is a journal or an exercise book that's, those 99-cent ones, grab that until you're ready to have a journal that might be prettier, that you can embellish. So really, really important. So let me just quickly have a look at our chat. I've forgotten what my questions are for these very you see, I get stuck into my passion of helping ourselves get into a better frame of mind, that I've forgotten. You know why I've forgotten it? Because I didn't write it down. So I just have to go back into my own live stream to figure out why what I asked you guys to write. Irene says I waited it, but I don't remember anything about Okay. I think it's the Degrassi Junior High. Was that was this the reply to that? Yes, yes. I remember Spike. I think it was Spike, but yeah. So, Irene away, but I don't remember anything about it anymore. Maybe it was like Saved by the Bell. Oh yes, I like Saved by Screech, and Tiffany. Yeah, watched. Oh, okay, watched. Yeah. So gratitude and a victory at a day is so incredible. Isn't that right, Laura? It's amazing how important the just looking for the good stuff. And they say when you start to focus on positive things, that's what you'll attract. You'll see more of it. I think there was someone that said that, you know how when you were little and your family might have bought a car, a new car, or a secondhand one, or whatever it is. But let's say for us in 1992, we bought a silver Toyota Camry sedan, and suddenly my brother and I, who's 4 years younger, started spotting Toyota Camrys on the road as if they suddenly appeared. But we know that, these cars have been on the road all that time, but because now it is front of mind, you start to see it all the time. And that's where gratitude journaling and writing down your victories for the day is important, because then you will manifest it and you will see it a lot more. Betty from Crazy Sexy Menopause says, I love journaling. And yes, this is very much part of Crazy Sexy Menopause. Value is about mindset, and journaling will help you with that. So the other thing about what I'm grateful for is, let me just quickly have a look, because I wanted to chat to you about this one, is with regards to being grateful. It's so good that you guys come and show up to my videos, to my live streams. You like it, you share it, you subscribe, you want to get notified. You, Laura, who lets me know, yes, I'm going to be there in your live stream. I so highly appreciate that. And might as well take advantage of it. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do, because I really, really appreciate it. It's something that I cannot, I want to tell you how these live streams and the community that you guys are a part of has helped my own healing. I could easily not show up because I'm down, I'm low, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling overwhelmed. But surrounding yourself with like-minded people, those that enjoy the same things that you do, is really important. And I have made myself for a long, long time be a stay-at-home hermit. I don't want to go out because then I have to talk to people. I don't, oh, then I have to get dressed, then I have to put my makeup on. I made a lot of excuses, but showing up for you, but more so for me, helps me. And I'm very, very appreciative of you being here. And let me show you how much so. So on my Monday lives, here we go, Monday the 5th of June, I am grateful for my growing live YouTube community. So that's Monday. Let's see, another, I know there's quite a few. I'm grateful. I think that one's, I'm grateful I am having a good frame of mind today to see that I shouldn't quit. So I made a video about, not quitting. Let's have a look. I am grateful, again, Monday, 3rd of July. I'm grateful for the YouTube community that I'm building. So you have spurred me on. Is that the word, spurred? That sounds like a rude word. Monday, I am grateful for waking up in a better frame of mind. And I would have written that after a live, because, I would have been setting up for my live stream. So I really, really appreciate Monday, 17th of July. I am grateful for my community on YouTube that is always so supportive. So as part of your gratitude log, also make sure you're surrounded by people that support you and get you, a vibe, a tribe that you vibe with. I don't know if that's the terminology. So make sure that you are using some sort of gratitude journaling or gratitude log or a victory log to make sure to keep that positiveness front of mind. Don't have it locked up at the back and then have all the worries and the stress too much in front of mind. So gratitude journaling will help you keep that front of your head, front of your thought. All right, so let's keep going. So this is, yeah, they talked about the Grassi Junior. So this is quite cool. It's got a curved bound spine, and because these are glued, there were a couple of pages that I made a mistake on. I think you can very, very gently, you can sort of like peel a page out, but don't do that too often, because you know what happens when you peel too much pages. But these aren't sewn bound, so you can, if you wanted or needed to do, you can take a page out if you make some mistake. Laura says, I'm grateful for all your beautiful work. You saved me on a dark. Oh, Laura, thank you so much. No, thank you. And I think that's why it's important to show up as well, not just when we're happy, not just with our pretty little planners all the time, but show up when the planners are empty, the planners don't get used, because you know, it's not as if we need to be happy all the time. There is a reason why we get sad. We can't go, oh, well, don't be sad if something sad happens, or don't be angry when something angers you, or don't be frustrated when you get frustrated. Those are messages that tell us you're angry, you're frustrated because of certain situations. It's the way we respond to it and how we handle it that's really important, and we don't go into our own cocoon for too long. Make sure you give yourself kindness, make sure you give yourself some grace, and sit with it for a while. If you don't want to do anything about it, if you just want to cry and be on the couch, it's important that to also nurture those feelings, because they're valid. I'm from a generation was, stop crying, stop being a girl, stop being, don't show your emotions, especially in the corporate world, because that shows weakness. And goes, no, it's actually my body telling me when I cry, when I get frustrated. It's my body and mind telling me there's a reason. And so we need to make sure that we also allow for those feelings and then figure out why. So, but yeah, it's important that we are together in a community that help bring us out of those darkness. So I appreciate that comment so much, Laura, and I'm so grateful for you for being here. Oh, Betty, I'm grateful for you. Your consistency and dedication is inspiring. Many days that I don't want to show up, but and there will be days I may not be here because I'm sick, because of course I have to rest. It's important that we rest our mind and our body. This morning I was cranky, and I'm like, I'm gonna go on live and pretend to be happy, and it's like, no, it's like I showed up, but I had to tell my son, get back in your room and be quiet. And then I took my deep breaths and I did my stretches, and I'm so glad I'm here, because if I didn't, then I'm sure would have been cranky all day. All right, so how are we going? Okay, and then the next bit that I have here is it going to show up? All right, I have two cute little black notebooks that I purchased, again, influenced by Creations by Monya. So this is they're just from local dollar stores, and so anytime I pass by a stationery shop now, or any variety stores or dollar stores, I look for black notebooks. So these are a couple that I have. So this one is more a notepad, and that's why I had to bulldog clip it, because what I use this for is I write down the little scripts. See, that's why I bulldog it, because they're now loose leaf. I write down the little scripts that I need to have for the voiceovers either for my reels or my shorts. So I just have it on here, so then it's easier for me when I need to put any voiceovers for my short form videos, that I'm here, I have my microphone, and then I just read it, and then it's ready for me. And then I've just bulldog clipped this so then it doesn't fly away. So this one was from the trailer for this video. Hey, how are you? It's amazing. So if you are a content creator and you want to start doing voiceovers for the video clips that you have, just a little notebook, so then that way you have it all handy. So that's that one. And this one is more of a visual diary. So the paper is, you know, a nice art paper that can withstand paint pens, watercolors, alcohol-based markers, and it won't seep through. So the idea behind having this little visual art, so it's really small. So it's just that small. There's my little hand. That way, I want to start using this as part of my creative breaks. So what I want to do, instead of just sitting on the couch scrolling through my phone, just, you know, being sucked in endlessly with all the reels, TikToks, and shorts, and probably not giving value to my day, is I want to start doing a visual creative breaks. So I've done 2 so far. So this one is a little self-portrait. I used the Posca paint pens. So these are paint pens, and you know, I'm not as artistic. I shouldn't say that I'm not good at drawing. I draw and I look at Pinterest for inspiration, and then sometimes all it takes are lines and squiggles. So this one took me 14 minutes to do this because I videotaped it, and that was 14 minutes that I did before going to bed. Well, not directly, you know, but probably an hour or so before going to bed. It helped me wind down. It helped slow down the heart rate. It removed me from being in front of my computer or my screen, and it just allowed me to draw lines. And that's it. I had something to focus on. That way, before bed, I'm not stuck in my anxious thoughts, thinking what's going to happen tomorrow, what do I need to do tomorrow. So if you ever feel like it's hard for you to sleep, or your mind is full of thoughts when, you know, trying to go to bed, see if you can do some creative breaks, like just doodling. You know, lines. You can just draw lines on a page. This is nice and small, so it's not a big commitment. Or you can do dots, or you can do hearts, whatever squiggles and doodles you need to make. So this is what I'm going to use. So it's just a little visual art diary, and I'm going to try other mediums. I'm going to try watercoloring maybe. So just different ways to get the creative juices flowing that also helps, you know, my mind not be stuck in there in my own thoughts. So let me know in the chat if you do some sort of artistic breaks as part of your day and as part of your mindfulness. Let me know. So that's that one. And these are just, you know, a couple of dollars from the dollar store, or, you know, 99 cents, a dollar. So it's not a big investment, but it can make a big difference to your mindfulness. And that's what we want, is to be in a good frame of mind. All right, so those are the 2 little black notebooks that I have. The other part of my lineup, planner lineup for the rest of the year, are these A4 refillable notebooks from Filofax. So I recently received this. This is part of their new collection, and so at first I went, oh, how am I going to use that? Because I normally use A5 or smaller size planners. And so I didn't think it'd be something that I would utilize, but I was wrong. I am able to utilize them. So this A4 refillable notebooks, this is the garden print. This is the moonlight print, and this is the confetti print, and there is also another one, the botanical. I didn't ask for that one because I knew I wasn't too sure whether I'd be able to utilize it. All right, so the way I use this is for my study notes. So I just, when I'm watching my online courses and my modules, and I'm just, while they're talking, I'm just writing down. And the way I've done it is, instead of a traditional, left to right, top to bottom notes, that could be just big chunks sometimes, could be overwhelming. And it's hard for you to try and review it. So I did sort of like a mind mapping type of note. So there was a welcome module, there was a number 1, number 2, number 3, and then while this one is for the live streaming pros content creation course, while Luria was talking, I'd be writing down the notes, and then I just color coordinated each piece. So then that way, again, when I'm reviewing it later and I need to refer back to it, it's a lot easier for my visual mind, because I learn visually and seeing it on paper this way rather than a big chunk of notes. So if you are studying yourself or you want to learn something new, a great way to take notes is just, allow your notes to match up the way you learn. I'm a visual learner, and for me, I can picture this. I could go, all right, well, there was a welcome module, and then there's 3 parts as part of that module, and I can have a look at it. So this is how I use the A4 size refillable notebook. So these pages, you can buy some refills, and then they just, can be removed or replaced. These are double wired ring binders, and then I just printed the PDFs in A4 size, so then I just have it all together. And then I there's homeworks that I need to fill this in, and then I have this a Filofax new ruler page marker for refillable notebooks, so I just use that as my page marker. And then that just goes in there. So then I know when I need to start taking notes again, I could just go to that page and I'm ready to start my notes. So I still have to hole punch these. Now, I don't have a hole puncher for these style of holes, but what I did, I'll show you with this one, see, is I just use one of the refills. And then I used it as a template, so I made pencil or pen markings on those, and I just grabbed my single hole punch, and then I just hole punched each one, so then it comes out like that, and then I just cut little slits for each hole punch there, so then that way I can pop my PDF, now printable, for my notes back in place. So then I just have to I have to go and hole punch these new ones. So that's for the Garden A4 refillable notebooks. So I mean, if I had pretty planners and pretty notebooks when I was studying back at high school, well, or uni, when I did a couple of years of uni and didn't finish because I was lured by the drinking and the partying, to my parents' chagrin. But anyway, but if I had pretty planners and pretty notebooks, I'm sure I may have stayed a bit longer. Who knows? All right, so the next one I have is the Moonlight, but let me quickly have a look. So Laura says, yes, I have one where I junk journal. Kind of, yeah, but that's okay. As long as you're using whatever notebooks and journals you have that is within the season you're in. If you have notebooks and journals that's not serving you for that moment, don't try and force yourself, because then that's when you sort of resent having to plan. So it's really important that you use your planner to your needs, not what you see other people are doing on Instagram or on YouTube. So this one is the Moonlight print. And what do I have on here? So this one is my personal development learning. So learning how the mind works. So this is I've been watching Marie Forleo's YouTube videos, how to stop overthinking and make a decision already. That's what I sometimes need to do. I get so stuck in what if I don't get it right? What if I don't know how to do it? And I think Marie Folio coins it is everything is figure outable. I think that's her name of her book. So I have my personal development notes here, feeling behind in your life. So I'm going to be using this year in review. So I'm going to be using what she said in one of this video as the basis of Monday's live, where I need to start to look back so then I can move forward and then either don't do the things I made a mistake with or do more of the stuff that's been successful. So for this one, I have my personal development notes that I'm learning to help better myself. And what I've found is learning is not just at school. Learning is not just at uni or at college. We should always be learning all the time. I think Stephen Covey from Habits of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is sharpen the saw. You know, always make sure that you are learning new things, because then it helps keep the brain elastic. They say the elasticity of the brain, and it doesn't allow for, I think, dementia or Alzheimer's. Well, not doesn't allow, but I shouldn't say that. Using your brain more often helps you not go towards those things. So I don't know all the medical terminology, but I'm sure Betty will know a lot about this as well, having your mindset and using it all the time. Don't just think learning is for the young ones. We're all young here, right? But we got to keep learning, whether it's a hobby, whether it's learning new skills or learning about, geography stuff, geographical stuff. So make sure that you are learning to keep the saw sharpened. Now this is the confetti one. I haven't used it yet, but I think what I'm going to use it for are for new product lines that I have. So I'm going to use this as a brain dumping notebook. All right, so let me know if you have any other questions along the way. The other thing that I have is my new Let's of London A6 Diaries. Aww. Thank you so much, Betty. I appreciate it. We all know what happens during live streams. Things can go wrong, audio or video. Man, when I look back, at my very first live streams, video quality was, audio was, but I kept on going, and I think I've improved quite a lot along the way. I played with the microphone settings, I played with my camera settings, but again, doing it every single time will help you get better. They say 1% better. It's like a compound interest. The more you do it, the better you get. So thank you, Betty. Oh, I appreciate that so much. So now I have these cute little A6 Let's of London diary. And this is what I'm really quite excited about, because it's going to hit a lot of my habits that I want to build. Oh, you can tell that it is now top of the hour, because my little flip clock has shown up. So it's now 10:30, and I want to keeping mindful of the time. I don't want to keep any of you too much longer. So this one is what I'm going to use it for is for my fitness or health, habit tracking, as well as my mindset. So let me show you how I'm going to use these ones. So this is the A6 Day to a Page diary in the color Ocean. And what I'm using it for, I'm started in August. What's this? Do I know? Yes. Oh, it was so fun. I love watching. You know why, Betty? Do you know why I started live streaming? And for those of you that I knew, the reason I started live streaming, because I was scared of it, going live in front of a live audience. was I saw a couple of my content creator buddies doing live, and the audio, it was crackly, but they kept on going. And you know what? As a viewer, I didn't mind, because live, we know things can go wrong. Even like, seasoned broadcasters, those big TV shows, things always go wrong during a live. So I was thinking, hang on, if things aren't going right, and yet here I am as an audience and a viewer, don't mind it because I enjoy the content, then maybe it's okay if I go live myself. And it's always going to happen. You can be as prepared as you, I guess this is just, life as well. You can be prepared as much as you can, but you can't foresee everything, right? So yes, it was fun. That was fun watching Betty, but we kept on going. I was there. I waited for her to come back on. So if you are a content creator and you want to see, build a lovely community that we have here, try Livestream. And not sponsored, but I use StreamYard, and there is a link down in the description. No, TT. What's no, let me know what that one is for again, Laura. So okay, so because this is an academic diary and starts in August 2023, it was a perfect opportunity for me to use it. And the way I'm using it, so let me show you what a blank one looks like. So it's week to spread. Yes, it did. And we kept on going. She kept on going. I loved it. I was there for it too. All right, so it's we got 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 lines per day, but this is how I'm using it. So I have divided up each day into 2 columns. So for the moment, I'm just going to start doing very simple exercises, crunches, biceps, using 3-kilogram dumbbells, squats, and some sort of 5-minute cardio just to get my heart rate going. So this is the first 4 days. And so yesterday I didn't get to do anything, but today I'll make sure I make up for it. So what I'm doing is just as many of these as I can before it starts to hurt. So in the past, I've overcommitted myself by doing 47-minute workouts, by going to the gym and doing, I've always thought a workout meant you had to sweat for a long time and hurt for a lot. But if you're just starting out like me, I've been trying to do it for the last couple of years to get back into a good fitness routine. So I'm just starting small. So this is how I'm using it. Just whatever exercise that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy burpees, don't do burpees. If you don't enjoy high knees, I don't like high knees because I just feel like I'm always straining my neck and my back. And so do some different cardios. So this is how I'm using this diary. And then what I also write is my energy level at the beginning of the day, how many steps I did. And this one, my mum and dad came over with a lot of Filipino food, and I just ate all of it, so that was a cheat day. But yeah, I didn't do anything here, so I need to make sure I get back into it, because my ultimate goal, so it's not the end goal, my ultimate goal, of course, is to be healthy and fit, so I last in this earth a lot longer and I can see the next generation of my family. But I also want to make sure I'm nice and fit and skinny for my 50th on January 2025. So that's also a nice goal to reach for, but I don't want it to be the ultimate goal or the outcome to lose the weight, to lose kilograms or lose inches, because I just want it to be part of my day-to-day routine and not have a goal. Because what happens is, what if I lose the kilograms? Does that mean I stop getting, exercising? So I'm trying to build better habits. So this is how I am using yes, no, you don't have exactly. See, Betty, who is a qualified personal trainer, fitness, she's got masters in all, but we'll talk about that when we have her on my show. So she knows you don't have to work that hard to get all the benefits of some sort of workout. So that is a great topic for us to cover when we have Betty on next on the 19th. So that's how I'm using it. Yes, then you set a new goal. That's right. Well, yeah, so for my 51st, really, really important. Okay, so that is the A6. Hang on a ticket. I'm going to come off camera. Let me just see if I can do this, because I have my nose is getting a bit runny, and I don't really, it's not really pretty me rubbing my nose. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so that's the week to view. The other one I have, which is also a Let's of London one, and this is a day view. Okay, so it's got 8 to 8 p.m. Lines, so you can use this, of course, as part of your planning, your scheduling day to day. You can time block all your work, your breaks, your meal breaks in there. But what I'm using it for is to change my mindset. So I am reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and one of the ways to change or create better habits or stop your bad habits is to start from within. So it's great that we can have these goals to be better, to read more, to exercise more, to save up more money, to to all the different goals and resolutions we normally think of at the beginning of a year. But he says, try looking within and look at your identity. What identity or what person do you want to become? And then from there, you then create routines or habits that moves you closer to being that person. So the way I'm going to use my day to a page diary is what I've been doing is I've been writing down what type of person do I want to be. So instead of thinking of what goals do I need to have, it's more what person or what identity do I want it to be. So let me show you what I write at the beginning of most mornings. I have missed a couple or a day or so, but here we are. I am active. So instead of I need to exercise more, I am active. I am healthy. I am mindful. I am patient. I am kind. I am considerate, confident, all these type of identity. So instead of saying I'm going to exercise more, and then, of course, what happens is when we don't have the motivation, when we're feeling tired, when the weather's not right, we don't, it's a lot easier for us not to do it. So he says by having an identity and then figuring out what steps, what daily action steps do I need to do to be that person, allows you to then go, well, what will would an active person be eating 2 packets of Doritos, or will a healthy person be eating a bag of Skittles? That's me. I've been eating a lot of lollies because there were lots of leftovers from my son's 16th birthday party from the other week. So each day I am writing, I am fit, I am active, I move, I am an entrepreneur, I plan ahead. So then throughout the day I'm going, well, what do I need to do to be a considerate person? What do I need to do to be a confident person? What do I need to do to be a saver? What do I need to do to be organized? And then I implement simple, actionable steps in my day to move me towards being that person. Like I said in one of my videos, I want to be healthy. I pass by the Asian lolly store and go, oh, I would love to get the Filipino lollies that I love so much, but is coated in so much sugar. In my head, I went, there's someone who wants to be healthy would buy those. And then I went, no. And I got upset with myself because told myself no. So I walked past the store and didn't buy them. Or, I've got a bag of pork crackles that's sitting on the counter and I really want to eat it. And I'm going, does a healthy person eat those? So, so I've held off. I may have some a little bit later on. So that is what I'm doing. And that is how I'm going to use my daily diary, is write down the type of person that I want to be. And what I've done is I've highlighted each identity that I did an action for that day. So I plan ahead. I am a keen learner, so I would have studied something that day. I am fit, so I would have done some crunches or bicep curls or squats or some. I am active, so here, and then with just a gray Muji gel pen. I just wrote down, because then what I'm also doing in the evening is reflecting on how I did that day. So I did a 5-minute cardio, ate too much lollies, so I didn't highlight the healthy. I am patient. I didn't highlight it because I lost my cool today. I screamed at the kids. And so let's have a look. Another one. So if you want to start creating habits, simple habits for yourself, start out with, what type of person do you want to be? So if you want to read more, say, I am a reader. Instead of, I need to read 5 books, say, I am a reader. Even if you read for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, guess what? You're a reader because you read, right? So sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves that we have to work out a lot. We have to read chapters, or I want to, I want to be an artist. If you want to be able to get better at drawing, instead of I need to draw more, say I'm an artist, because any type of artistic work makes you that. And it's just in the eye of the beholder whether you're good at it or not, but you are still an artist if you make move or actions towards being that person. So that's what I'm trying to do with this one. Yes, exactly. So with what identity do you want to be? If you want to be someone that doesn't get too much into their own head, maybe you could go, I meditate. Or if you have, if you are someone of faith, I read the Bible, or I am a spiritual, yes, probably more, I'm a spiritual person. So what things can you do in the day to make you be that spiritual person? So put in your planner, going to read a scripture. Or for me, I am mindful, and my spirituality is more of that I am mindful. So I meditate. In the morning, I meditate. So really, really important. So let me know if you have any questions with regards to any of the planners that I have used. So I have a lot. I have a lot of planners, but just do be mindful that I don't it's not all used at the same time. It's like if someone says to me, oh, well, my husband does, why do you have 5 pairs of black shoes? Isn't one black pair enough? No, black shoes for this type of outfit, high heels for this type of dress, a kitty heel for that type of skirt. So it's important that, whatever planner you use, that it is something that you gives you value. Don't just use it for the sake of, so then I have a planner. So it's important that also to know that if this doesn't work for me in the next couple of weeks, I'm not going to force myself to try and be in it, because goals change, the season change, you change. So whatever planner you use, whether 1, 2, or me, a lot, make sure it gives value to your day, and it's not something that's taking away from you, that it gives back to you. So I said earlier that I needed your help for something. So I am creating a free, simple habit tracker, especially for those that are either new to habit tracking or, like me, just want to try and get better at certain habits that's not sticking too well. So on my website at mariannecrest.com, at the top of the page, there's a drop down box for a wait list for a free simple habit tracker. I think I have it all sort of ready in my head. I now just got to put it down on paper. So if you want a copy of my free simple habit tracker printable download, pop onto the wait list, because I will probably also need your help to find out the different things that's holding us back. For me, what's holding me back in being healthy is that I feel it's too hard for me, that I think I have to wear the right active wear, that I have to go to the gym, that I got to go and do a 47-minute workout. So it's a great way for us to have a discussion as well of what's holding us back. So if you haven't yet signed up to the free simple habit tracker waitlist. Make sure you do. There is a link in the description below, so I'd love for you to join up for that, and I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I have something ready, and I can send out that free printable download. Now, like I said, I really want to make sure to let you know this is my planner lineup. This is what works for me. And of course, what will work for you may be different. So it's important that as much as we love to look at planner pages of other people, you know, we can admire how they use their planners, but don't try and emulate someone's planner if it doesn't suit your day-to-day routine. It's not going to work, and you know that what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to feel like, oh, I've fallen off the wagon. I haven't done tracked my habits, or haven't completed my task. So very important that your planner lineup for yourself will change as the seasons go, as your goals changes, for your work, you know, for the kids' school events or sports events. So make sure it is something that you that works for you. And for me at the moment, one planner can't hold everything, so I need to let you know that, especially for new planners, that please don't think you have to have 9-10 planners to be able to do all this. Keep it simple at the beginning, because that is what will work if you just make sure that it's something that is within your capacity. Now, if you are, speaking of being new to planning, if you are new to planning, and if you're unsure what size to get, do I get a small one? Do I get a big planner? Watch this video right here, where I give you 5 tips to find out how to choose the right planner. Link is in the description below, or click or tap this screen. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye-bye.